Public transport resumes today. One dead as quake jolts Masbate. Duque link to free PhilHealth cards during 2004 elections. High liquidity drive demands for T-bills. Troops seize Mali's president and prime minister. PBA eyes October restart. Catriona Gray raising 1 million pesos to build computer school. Southwest monsoon and low pressure area to bring rains. Good morning, I am Sunday Locos and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Today is Wednesday, August 19, and now the news. All modes of transportation are back in service today, following President Rodrigo Duterte's decision to restore the less restrictive General Community Quarantine or GCQ in Metro Manila, Bulacan, Cavite, Laguna, and Rizal. The Department of Transportation said the MRT-3 will have 16 train sets serving commuters while LRT-1 will dispatch 18 to 24 train sets. LRT-2 meanwhile will dispatch 5 train sets. The Philippine National Railways will deploy 10 train sets. Meanwhile, the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board authorized the operation of 4,498 jeepney units in city routes, on top of the 7,945 jeepneys allowed in 66 routes as of July 29. UV Express will have 1,621 vans serving 51 routes in Metro Manila, plus 641 units in 4 more routes. A total of 3,662 public utility buses will ferry commuters in 31 routes across Metro Manila. Commuters are required to wear face shields aside from masks to reduce the local transmission of the coronavirus disease. Talking and using mobile phones are likewise discouraged inside all public transportation. All public transport facilities are also required to maintain other health protocols such as wearing of masks, strict enforcement of social distancing, and hand washing or hand sanitizing. Meantime, a magnitude 6.6 tectonic earthquake jolted the province of Masbate yesterday morning, leaving at least 1 person dead and 48 others injured. The FIVOLCS traced the epicenter of the temblor at the town of Cataingan, with shaking also felt in other parts of Luzon and Visayas. A retired police colonel identified as Gilbert Sauro was killed when his 3-story house in Sitio Alimango, Barangay Concepcion collapsed, the Office of Civil Defense reported. Those who sustained injuries meanwhile came from the towns of Palanas, PUV Corpus, and Uson in Masbate. They were rushed to the Cataingan District Hospital and other nearby hospitals for treatment. The Public Attorney's Office, the Old and New Cataingan Public Market, Cataingan Municipal Police Station, and the concrete road and docking area of Cataingan Port were damaged. Power interruptions have been reported in Cataingan, PUV Corpus, Esperanza, Placer, Uson, Dimasalang, and Palanas, which are under the Masbate Electric Cooperative. The earthquake was also felt in the city of Sorsogon, City of Legazpi Albay, San Andres Quezon, Mapanas, and Palapag in northern Samar, Barugo, Dagami, Dulag, Julita, La Paz, Palo, and Tanawan Leyte, City of Sagay in Negros Occidental, City of Baybay, Isabel, Javier, and Cananga in Leyte, Ormoc City, Mulanay, Quezon, City of Iloilo, Ginyangan, and Lopez, Quezon, President Rojas, Capiz, Patnongon, San Jose de Buenavista, and Tibiao, Antique. Intensity 1 was also felt in Lezo, Aklan, and City of Dumaguete in Negros Oriental. Tribune News on Q will be back after a short break.
Ang Philippine Offshore Gaming Operators o POGO ay isang legitimate business entity na nagbibigay serbisyo sa offshore gaming para lamang sa mga manlalarong nasa abroad sa pamamagitan ng internet. Ang mga serbisyong handog nito ay katulad ng casino games at sports betting na pwedeng laruin kahit wala sa casino. Sa Pilipinas, walang POGO operators. Tanging POGO service providers lamang dahil nagaganap ang mga laro sa labas ng bansa.
Good morning, sir. How may I help you?
Bakit kailangan ko pang pumunta sa bangko?
Oo nga naman, sir. Ba't kailangan pang pumunta sa bangko?
Why not get a UB app so you can do all these without going to the bank? Bank the way you live. Union Bank.
A PhilHealth official claimed yesterday that Health Secretary Francisco Duque launched a program to distribute free PhilHealth cards to 5 million indigents to lure votes for then-President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo in the 2004 elections. PhilHealth Regional Vice President Dennis Adre revealed the plan, 5 million that allegedly cost the health insurance, billions in losses, in his testimony yesterday before the Senate Committee of the Whole that is investigating alleged irregularities in PhilHealth. Adre, who was tagged as a member of the alleged mafia inside PhilHealth, said Duque reassigned him and 2 other PhilHealth officials for questioning the plan 5 million. He also enumerated other irregularities in PhilHealth policies that were flagged by their group, including the legal, IT system, finance, and operational issues. Duque rebutted accusations against him during the hearing, including the alleged favoritism in the release of funds under the interim reimbursement mechanism to hospitals. He told the committee that he will not condone any wrongdoing in PhilHealth and insisted that he has no tolerance for fraud and corruption, especially if it involves its officials. In other news, high liquidity conditions continue to drive demand for the government-issued debt papers as the Bureau of Treasury's 35-day Treasury bills or T-bills witnessed aggressive bids on Tuesday. Yield for the 35-day benchmark fetched an average of 1.163%, a 0.7 basis point uptick from the previously recorded 1.157%. In all, the BTR was able to raise its full 15 billion pesos offer after attracting 29.31 pesos billion worth of tenders, surpassing the original amount by nearly twice. National Treasurer Rosalia De Leon expressed her satisfaction with the development, also tracing the demand from 118 billion pesos in recent maturities. Still, the Treasury Chief said earlier rates for the short-term IOU could go even lower as the BSP has room to further cut its key interest rates, which currently stand at 2.25%. Monetary authorities are scheduled to meet on August 20 to determine appropriate monetary policy steps. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Bilang bagong mag-asawa, sabay kami natututo sa buhay.
Sabay rin namin inaaral ng mga bayarin sa bahay.
Kahit kami, nagtaka sa biglang laki ng electricity bill namin. Huwag pong mangambang maputulan. Sinisigurado ng Meralco na walang disconnection hanggang September.
Estimated bills lang ang natanggap natin ng March, April at para sa ilan, May. Dahil sa lockdown, isang tabi to para hindi na maguluhan.
Ang May o June ay actual meter reading na. Kung May nagka-actual reading, ibabawas dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran hanggang 3 buwang konsumo.
Kung estimated reading sa May at June nagka-actual reading, ibabawas din dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran. Hanggang 4 na buwang konsumo, walang labis. Tandaan, kung ano lang na konsumo,
Yun lang ang babayaran.
ako po si Mateo G.
At ako naman po si Sarah G.
G?
G!
Araneta City,
home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
Meantime, rebel troops seized the president and prime minister of Mali yesterday as other countries condemned the coup d'etat in the crisis-hit African country. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres demanded the immediate and unconditional release of President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta and Prime Minister Boubou Cisse. A rebel leader who requested anonymity confirmed to AFP that Keïta and Cisse are under their custody after their arrest. Boubou Duque, who works as Cisse Director of Communications, also confirmed that the pair had been detained and had been driven in armored vehicles to an army base in the town of Kati, about 15 kilometers or 9 miles away. Mutineering troops had seized the base hours earlier before taking control of the surrounding streets and driving in convoy to the capital Bamako, according to an AFP journalist. Jubilant crowds in the city center, which had gathered to demand Keïta's resignation, cheered the rebels as they made the way to the 75-year-old's official residence. Mali has been in the grip of a deep political impasse since June, with the 75-year-old president facing increasingly strident demands for his resignation. So-called after the date of its first protest, the June 5 movement has been channeling deep anger over a dire economy, perceived government corruption, and the brutal jihadist conflict. But its anti-Keïta campaign veered into crisis last month when at least 11 people were killed during clashes with security forces over 3 days of unrest following a protest. In sports, the Philippine Basketball Association is looking to restart its 45th season in October, following the decision of President Rodrigo Duterte to place Metro Manila under GCQ late Monday. PBA Chairman Ricky Vargas said they are eyeing to kick off practices and conditioning sessions as soon as possible, or once all teams have secured the results of the swab test of their players. In a previous statement, PBA Commissioner Willie Marshall said teams would have their swab test on Thursday and Friday at the Makati Medical Center, while those from San Miguel Corporation will have their test at the company's testing facility in Pasig City. But Vargas said TNT Katropa, Alaska, and SMC teams have already undergone testing last week, putting them in a good position to start their practices in the next couple of days. He, however, stressed that they would have to clarify with Marshall if they would honor the test done on the Katropa, the ACES, and the SMC teams. After suspending the season last March, the league tried its best to resume its training. It scored a victory late last month when the Games and Amusement Board, Department of Health, and the Philippine Sports Commissions issued a joint administrative order allowing it to train under GCQ. But the training plan hit a snag when the chief executive placed Metro Manila and nearby provinces back to MECQ, where exercises are only limited to running, biking, walking, and jogging. Shirby News on Q will be back after a short break.
In the days ahead, we need to lean on the values that make us a great company, the Malasakit, for which we are known, and the understanding that as San Miguel, we stand for something far greater than ourselves, that we have the responsibility to extend a hand to those who most need it. It is our sense of duty and obligation pagkakaisa, and malasakit that will see us through these difficult times. Kwentong Malasakit.
Miss Universe 2018 Catriona Gray is trying to raise 1 million pesos for building a computer center in Tondo, Manila. The school is part of Gray's advocacy of education for the poor and a project under her Young Focus movement. In a Facebook post in Young Focus, the beauty queen urged Filipinos to support the project by donating funds. Gray described the planned computer center as a safe learning environment as it will be equipped with social distance dividers, hand washing stations, and sanitation equipment. The country is forecast to have cloudy and rainy weather today due to the southwest monsoon and a low pressure area east of Visayas, according to Pag-asa. The low-pressure area is about 600 kilometers east of Guian, Eastern Samar. It has a small chance of developing into a tropical depression, but will bring cloudy skies to the Bicol region and a large part of Visayas and Mindanao. The southwest monsoon will bring cloudy skies and scattered rain showers and thunderstorms to the western section of southern Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon will be partly cloudy to cloudy with isolated rain showers due to localized thunderstorms. Moderate with at times heavy rains may cause flash floods and landslides. Meanwhile, severe tropical storm Higos or formerly Helen continues to move away from the Philippine area of responsibility and will have no direct effect to the country. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
With these cell sites, it affords us better cooperation and communication with the outside world because it is vital for FU and RMF to have this. We are now dependent on this cellular signal and it has helped us a lot. Connectivity is not a problem because we allowed these cell sites to prevail and to be on our roof deck and our helipad. Hindi tayo mawalan ng signal sa lahat ng rooms namin dahil may cell site tayo sa taas. It's one of our major advantages. I think that's the greatest decision that I was a part of because if not, we would probably be in a worse case right now. I'm thankful that we allowed these cell sites to be installed. I'd like to think and hope that all hospitals have that. We have not had any case of cancer regarding cell sites. As a matter of fact, we employ many cell sites and many boosters inside the hospital. For us, it has saved lives. I think with this new normal, we have realized that we are more dependent on this technology. Cell sites, if not connectivity, are a must.
And that's it for the stories this morning. Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition on Press Reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarsito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join. Again, this is Sandy Locos and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning and have a nice day.